Hello guys and welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to present to you a tournament, my second tournament actually. So it was a $1,000 tournament. So basically it was like 3 gens. You were playing a best of 3 with OU from Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, and Sun and Moon. So it was a ghost tournament. So basically it was two people playing on the same account against two other people. And so I want to share you our run. So I was playing with Noel, and we were against Mind Gaming and Nat. So Mind Gaming, he's from the OU Council, very good player, has won many tournaments, is very well known. And Nat, I didn't know really who she was, but apparently she's also a great player. So for the tournament, I brought a team that I built for FCL with Blazing Dark. So it was standard Among Us, it was Spike's Gliscor, it was Cosmic Power, Charge Beam, Playtable. I think it was like average speedy great class, nothing special there. It was Scar or Specs Namorous, I don't remember. I think it was Scar. And I think Boot Samurai. So when you look at the matchup, Beth has Sword Power, Charge Beam, so it doesn't touch Tinglu at all. It was literally the worst possible thing that could happen. We were, I think, unaware, so Gliscor was also a bit annoying. And but we had Terra Poison, and we can still bait the Tinglu to be weakened. Other than that, it's kind of tough because Volcanion literally destroys our team. Other than that, Iron Valiant, we have Among Us, we can kind of manage it. Golden Go, we have Samurott to check it. Specs Dragapult is also a problem. I don't think it was a very good team that I built, but hey. So, let's start the game. So, they lead with Gliscor, and we lead with Samurott, so I think we expected a Tinglu lead, but so they leaded Gliscor, which is very good for us. I think we had knockoff on it, but here we anticipate that they're gonna protect, and we just go for Gliscor, activate our own Toxic Orb. So they reveal Ice Fang and crit on the first turn, and okay, so it was U-turn Gliscor, so we don't have Toxic. It was kind of annoying because I think it could be SD at this point, I don't remember. But if it's SD, it's kind of hard to check it. But we're going Enamorous, okay, so we're gonna go for Moonblast. Moonblast is quite free against his team. Enamorous has a very good matchup. He goes for Ice Fang, and here, okay, he goes for Protect. Do we double into assuming Samurott, anticipating the Golden Go? Okay. No, we Terra Fairy. Okay, I remember that. Nowelle told me that because Enamorous has such a good matchup, it was worth it to just Moonblast spam, and we actually 2-hit KO Golden Go. So that's actually very good because Golden Go is kind of a problem for us, and if it's actually what counters a bit Among Us, because otherwise Among Us can just score freely and do a bit of stuff, because Gliscor is like doesn't have Toxic, so it can't actually be threat, and it's also one of the things that makes Threat Terra, so it's a good thing to weaken it. And we knock also the special attack, we switch in case it's Scar, and it goes for Trick. We are actually chose Scars, okay. So we're probably going to go for Ceaseless Edge, yeah. Do some good damage. We can't go for Aqua Cutter because we were half expecting Volcanion Boots to come out. So we can go Gliscor. We can go for U-turn, I imagine. Oh, we went for Tox. What is this set? Okay, so we go for Protect here. We cover a bit of HP. Gliscor is also a bit of a threat here. He goes and crit us again, so that's actually very problematic because now we're kind of weaker. But we can go Enamorous, and this, I remember this play because I wanted to go Samurai and just do knockoff or Aqua Cutter, something like that, or go Great Tusk and go for Ice Spinner, because Great Tusk has a good matchup too. But Nowelle was like, trust me bro, this kills. I was like, you sure it kills? He was like, yeah, I'm sure. So we go for it, we go for Moonblast, and then it doesn't kill. So I actually wanted to die at that point. Nowelle was like, oh shit. And basically we lost our best Pokemon in the matchup for nothing, because if the Ice Core, he's gonna recover all his HP. And because he can especially recover it on Ice Core and Amoonguss. So he's gonna go for Protect, we're gonna go Stealth Rock, anticipating that he's gonna Protect. He's gonna go for Iron Valiant. We go, okay, so that was a good predict on our side, because he's not gonna sack Ice Core. So we weaken Iron Valiant a lot, but it's boots, unfortunately. I think it's full boots or something like that on that team. He's gonna go for knockoff, and then we have he's gonna reveal Ice Punch. So we were looking at a bit if it had like Psyshock or something like that that would hit us hard. We did, and also we were expecting. Oh no, we were just expecting gold. So we doubled here, and we catch the Ice Punch, so that's good for us. Here I think we went once again for Ceaseless Edge or knockoff. Okay, we had knockoff, which we put down the leftovers. So this means that Clefable can actually start to be very good. But here we decide to go on Glass Core. Do we U-turn? Yeah, we U-turn predicting the Glass could come in, but good play on their side, they stay in. They Terra Ghost, but we headlong rush, expecting the Terra, and they go for Rumination. We decide to stay in, recover a bit of HP with Gliscor. Do we U-turn again, expecting the second switch? No. Okay, so now they're gonna give us all their HP back. I think we protect, yeah. They're gonna go for Ice Fang, and I think we go Hard Tusk. Okay, so we have to spin for sure now, but I don't think it was a good play on our side to stay in. I think we should have done Hard Tusk because it doesn't do a lot. So we go for Ice Spinner here, and we can go for Ice Spinner again, and they're gonna sack Timberoo. So next time we can spin, we're gonna sack Gliscor because Dragapult is a huge threat with Spice Up. They reveal it's Whis, so it's even worse, because this means we can't hard switch Samrock once into Shadow Ball, so it was a good play to not hard. We're gonna put another layer of Spice, but it's getting very hard in the matchup. We go into Clef, doubling on the Ice Punch. We hope we are not just praying that they don't have Encore, and we go for Moonlight, and they have Encore. So it's kind of a hard matchup now that we sacked Enamors for no reason at all, and they just go for Ice Punch, KO us. So, and here it's a bit like over. They can go Gliscor. We go Ceaseless Edge. We were so scared of that Volcanion coming in, but I think it was like quite over at this point. We can go Tusk. We can go for Rapid Spin here, and but the thing is, they're still they have 2 goes, so we anticipate that they're gonna go Dragapult and Ice Spinner, but at this point it's like way too late. They go for Heads. We go on Clef, and the thing is, he has Encore. He doesn't know we have Moonblast, but they good play, they hard switch in, and yeah. So now it's basically over because they can just trick a Short Scar. But I think we go Tusk. No, we don't go Tusk. Okay, so it was basically over at that point. We can just skip turns because we can it's just gonna cost big power, yeah, and we forfeit. So that was game one, and we're down 1-0. So it was the first match of the pool. So we lost it. So we were like, oh shit. So game two, I bring old reliable. I love sand in Chile, so I decided to bring it. They bring once again Volcania and like a very offensive team. We bring sand, my classic sand. I love using this team. Uh, Clefable has a very good matchup. Rotom can do its thing. Iska can do a lot once we can Landorus with like Tyranitar, things like that. So let's go right into it. We need Dragapult, they need Tapu Koko. I think it specs Dragapult, so we switch into Excadrill in case there's Spark or something like that. Because we don't kill also, so in case there's specs, dancing balloon, things like that. We double expecting Landorus, but they bring card, good play on their side. So they bring Volcanion, but we okay, so basically we were like, they're not gonna Smart Strike because we have a Ferrothorn and a Rotom Wash. So it's kind of a risky play for them. They're either gonna knock off or they're just gonna switch. So good play on our side. We catch the Volcanion with the Thunder Wave. We go on the Rotom Wash. They get Parabat, so that's very good for us. We just Volt Switch here. And we can go Ferrothorn. The remover is Landorus, or I think Buzzwole has Defog at that point, but in this gen, but we can manage it. We go for Spikes because Spikes are pretty good. It's not Stealth Rock Ferrothorn, so we can't put them up because otherwise we would have put them for Landorus especially. And now we can just Volt Switch. They decide to stay in, good play, but we have Dragapult, we can take one. It's choice specs. Then we can just go for Draco Meteor or Shadow Ball, yeah. It's 2-hit KO, so they're not Spit F, which is very good for us. Because I think we're modest too. That's why we switch against Tapu Koko. So they're here, we decide to just Shadow Ball again. They take Spikes, so we know their choice band. And they're probably going for Triple Axel or Knockoff. But we said that because we have Ferrothorn, they're not going to go for Triple Axel because they'll take too much damage. And we were right. So they go for Knockoff. We were Rocky Helmet, so we chipped them even more. And now we're in a good spot. We can just Soft Boil. Oh, okay. We play aggressively in Stealth Rock off, predicting a switch. So good play on our part. But now we have to recover the Clef's HP, which is kind of annoying. Here they have no switching to Shadow Ball, and I don't know why we went for Draco Meteor. Yeah, I don't know why, but maybe because we were afraid it was a wall. He's good. They're gonna go Tapu Koko and double on Weavile. We went Excadrill. We double into Tyranitar, expecting once again a knockoff, and we do manage to get it. We were like, Tyranitar doesn't have the best matchup with Buzzwole because we're choice bound. So it's not like it can do a lot. And we decide to double into Clefable and spaking the Buzzwole. So that we're in a pretty good spot now because they have no defense, so we can just put rocks back up. And we go with Tyranitar and kind of sack it because, like you said, it doesn't have a good matchup, doesn't do anything. It's a good thing they missed because it means that they're gonna take more Sand Chip, which is always good, meaning that they'll die in this turn from Iron Barbs. It's for sure, even if they hit once, so they can't keep this side. So they die, which is good for us. They go Buzzwole. I think we go Clef because Clef can basically wall Buzzwole for life. But we decide to go Rotom Wash. I think we expected maybe a double on Volcanian's part, or and we were like, they're not gonna Toxic, so it's a pretty safe play, Rotom Wash. And they go Kartana on the switch in, and we decide to, okay, so let me see, we went Rotom Wash and we doubled again. and I think we expected some. What did we expect? I don't know why we doubled on Tyranitar. I think it was just to put Sand back up. And oh yeah, no. So we just decided to sack Tyranitar on Cortana. It's probably Scarf, but so we decided to go Ferrothorn. They revealed that they're indeed choice locked and it's not SD. We decided to put Spice back up to continue to chip their team and chip Cortana, which is a massive threat. They do anticipate our double on to Rotom, so good play on their part. We decided to go Ferrothorn because we always went into Clefable because we always like you're not gonna Leaf Blade because we have Ferrothorn and we catch them Leaf Blading. So it's actually a close battle. Here we Leaf Seed or they reveal that it's not Boots, so it's probably Rocky Helmet, which is good for us. And we decide to spike again because why would you spike? The team is literally weak to spike. They have a good play and anticipate our Dragapult, but Dragapult can do it, but we have still Excadrill for Tapu Koko, things like that. So we'd rather take it. We take nothing from Ice Punch, and we can just move last here. And it's getting hard for them. They take Spike. I think we can just go Excadrill quite safely, and they go for T-Ball. And I think they're getting kind of desperate and hope that we just stay in. I think we'll go for Rapid Spin, yeah, to outspeed the Coco, but it doesn't change anything. We go for Rotom Wash, anticipating that they're either gonna go for Knockoff or Sacred Sword, because they try to read us, but we're like, okay, Rotom doesn't have that good of a matchup anymore. So if they leave Blade, it's fine. We can just go for Ferrothorn on the next turn. And if they like knock off or Sacred Sword, then it's also fine because we still have Clef in the back. So they go for Sacred Sword. We can take two, and we go for Volt Switch, kill it, and then we can just go Excadrill. And yeah, that's over. So 1-1 against some very good players for my second tournament ever, and nowelle is quite young too in the competitive scene. And so this is game 3. I remember this one being a long one, a very long one actually. So it looks like they brought some sort of hyper offense, bulky offense, but you're gonna see it's actually like quite a defensive team. It's Whirlpool, Azumarill, it's Toxic Glasgow, it's defensive Mew, defensive Amogus, and bulky Volcarona. And we were like, okay, let's bring something that's also quite bulky. Because when you look at the other two teams, they built offense and the stack hazards. So they bring kind of teams that are quite offensive still. So we said a kind of a balance can be very good against them. So I think it's Coal Mine substitutes Stored Power Latios. Or no, it's Ice Beam Earthquake. It's Swords Dance Gliscor, which I really like in Gen 7. Classic Toxapex, Z-Move Tornadus, Heatran, which is the standard Magma Storm Long, and Clef that I think is Stealth Rock, if I remember correctly. So they lead with Diancie. We had kind of expected that. They go for Earth Power, we take it with no problem. And we start to go Skull and Fish for Burn turn 1. So basically, we kind of struggle against Diancie because it destroys our whole team. But they switch to Amogus. We switch to Clef, expecting another Earth Power, and we can move us and cheapen. So they go into Amogus, which is kind of bad for us. We have to choose who's going to get spoiled. And so we decide that Clef doesn't have that good of a matchup against Mew, Volcarona, and it doesn't do a lot. So we decided to just let it sleep. And then we go on to Heatran, and they actually are reading our life. So they go Gliscor on Heatran, and we put Stealth Rock up still against a dynasty team. So we're like, please don't have defog. Because if they don't have defog, we basically already won. But with Volcarona, you know there's gonna have defog. We go on to Latios. We can make a roll and go for Ice Beam here. And they reveal that it's leftover, so we know it's Whirlpool left Parish Song. So this is kind of a threat because it basically traps Toxapex with Rest. It can trap Gliscor, it can trap Latios, and Clefable is sleeping, and Heatran maybe. So it's kind of a threat. So we decide to go on to Torn and use Therian, who is our only mon that can really kind of destroy Azumarill. They go for Protect, we go for Knockoff. Knockoff is it's 1-3 here. Okay, we expected them to switch onto Gliscor, and we were like, okay, we want to do the maximum damage possible. But they decide to stay in, and they take no damage, and we're toxic. So now we're in a quite bad spot, and we're just gonna Protect here, and now we're actually very weakened, which is kind of tough. I think we have to U-turn here, and we go on to Gliscor. They go for Whirlpool, and now we decide to just go for an SD, I think, anticipating the Protect, yes. We reveal that we're SD Gliscor, and here we can just go for an Earthquake, which is very free, or a Facade. We do massive damage, but we barely want to hit KO, and it's maybe Ice Beam, so we kind of check it. We don't know the set yet, so we run it off to quit. We go for Toxic, Glass will come in, revealing that it's Cadet. Now we have to go Tornadoes, and we go for the double. Anticipating, I don't know why we didn't click U-turn. Maybe because we were afraid, we were matrixed by Gen 9 and thing, or maybe it has Protect. But it's probably Toxic Roost, Earthquake knockoff. They knock off our Gliscor, which doesn't make a difference at all. And we just double into Clefable, trying to burn turns asleep.
Audible.
They go for a Dynasty Mega, and we
Poussez les
decide
portes de votre
to anticipate
imagination.
that and go for
Avec des milliers
Blast. So, good play on our part. And they go for Endeavor. And we didn't expect that because we saw it was kind of a defensive team. So we didn't expect Substitute Endeavor. But, yeah, that's kind of annoying now. But because we can't really recover on anything except Azumarill, who is gonna go for Whirlpool. So we can just spam Moonblast or Stealth Rock here. They go for Perish Song, and we're basically gonna lose Clefable here. They're gonna go for Protect. It's getting Clefable doesn't have that good of a matchup. It can do stuff, but it's not like it's needed that much. So we do no damage with Moonblast. And they're just gonna switch, we know it. We just go for T-Wave in case they went Among Us, but they made the Gliscor. And we lose a Clefable. So we go with Latios, who has quite a good matchup. That Mew is actually warning off their team because it's Ice Beam Earthquake, I think. Or it's Ice Beam something else because it doesn't touch Heatran. Because it switches here. So we know it doesn't touch us. We go for Roar, hit the Volcarona. We hope that it's Z-Move, Bug Buzz, or because it doesn't seem to be able to touch Heatran. Then we try, okay, we didn't say it was Hidden Power Ground, we knew it. So we go and Roar again on this, we anticipate the Spore. And this is like a slow match of like waiting to PP stall Mew's Roost because we can't break their team. Mew actually was our whole team at this point. So we go for Facade, they defog, and we just go for Facade again. We go for SD, and they reveal Ice Beam. We take it quite well actually for quad weakness. We take it well. We go for Earthquake, do massive damage, and this is like kind of a 50-50 because if we stay and kill the Mew, we basically won. But if the Mew ice beams, we're in a very bad spot because Latios can't really break Mew after leftover. So we're not that brave when we were right, not being brave. And when we go for Heatran, we can put the Toxic on, and they let us actually Toxic Azumarill, which is very good for us. This means that we can manage now to break it, because before it was like, okay, it's kind of hard, and we had to fish for burns with Scald and get some sack. So I think it was not the best play on their part. They couldn't do Gliscor, but Gliscor was kind of weakened. But Toxic was kind of obvious because they had Azumarill. So good play on our part, and now we can just protect as they were full to do the maximum damage possible. Here we can just go on to Gliscor, we know they can't touch us. And now they actually have to switch again. This was a risky, this wasn't that risky of a play for them, because unless we create EQ, then it doesn't kill. And yeah, I think as a route we didn't use. We did EQ anticipating and going for it. We're like really flaky, but it didn't pay out. So now we have to go Heatran. We know they can't touch us. We can threaten the Magnus Sword. Then we switch back to Latios. We're Lava Plume. So they can't actually People Stall us, and we do good damage. We always threaten the SD here with Gliscor, so they have to always hard switch into Mew. So we go in SD, and because we know we take the hit. The thing is, we know they can Ice Beam crit, but we were starting to get kind of annoyed by the game, and we just said, okay, let's just finish this as quick as possible. So we take the Ice Beam, we do no damage to Mew. With EQ, we don't even 2-hit KO, and they go for Roost this time. It's kind of free for them now, and because we don't kill them like the last time, so they just go into Gliscor, and now it's kind of a boring case of the guys who are just trying to set up and PP stall use Roost. So they put Stealth Rock back, but they just switch, which is good for us that they switch onto Azumarill, because now they're getting trapped and they're losing the health. So let's go for Facade. We are not going to get PP Soul because we have so many PPs. So we just go on to Thorn, they can't hit us hard, but we still lose health. We just decide that we can go for Gliscor again on the knockoff. And this is kind of like slow progress, because we can SD here and go for Facade again, because we know that they are not going to hit us with Gliscor. But we decide this time that we don't want to get crit, and just go into Heatran and go for Lava Plume, and it's gonna be like that for a little while. So we can go also Tox Effects in case they freeze us, because we have Spell to unfreeze. So basically that happens. They switch to Volcarona here, which is kind of risky because we can have Toxic, so they're gonna go Amoonguss. They try to Spore something. We decide that it's Toxapex because Toxapex still knows Mew, even if it's and we still have Heatran for Volk because we saw it's not Hidden Power Ground. So we said that we don't need pegs that much, and here it's just called fishing for burns, but we didn't get any. We go for here on the Sludge Bomb. We go for Lava Plume, and they stay in and they reveal Stomping Tantrum and they crit. So we have to be careful now because we can actually lose to Volk if it tries to set up and we're weakened by Stealth Rock and things like that. So they go into Gliscor, we go for Lava Plume, we try to stay the most turns possible on the field with Heatran. So we go for protect here. But with thanks to protect plus staying in and they have to switch, we have a good chance. They go for glide, they go onto Volcarona, which I didn't expect from them, but we can manage it. We have glide score, they have, so they decide to use, we EQ and crit, we do not no damage, so we decide to SZ here, yeah. We can go for facade and or EQ, oh yeah, and they have to waste another Roost PPs, so this is good for us. We just decide to stay in and go for facade because we don't want the PP sword EQ. Here we go onto Heatran, take no damage, and here we can lava pool, and we're gonna get 3% back. Oh, we roll anticipating that they're gonna switch to our score. So pretty good for us. And now, so we took back, we're just gonna protect here. Yeah. So we took at 15% from Stealth Rock plus Ice Beam, and at the end we recovered 24%. So it was a win for us. We recovered quite a lot of HP. And here they're gonna go Mew anticipating our glide score, which is not a problem because we still have pegs. We can win, it's gonna take some time, and I think we can go on fast because it's not that interesting. So they're just gonna glide score, they're gonna knock off. Here we can just SD, we know we can take the hit. We're not scared of a crit because we're like that. They anticipate that we switch and they don't want to waste PPs on Ice Beam, but we're just gonna EQ, kind of put the PPs low on use. Now they have 8 PPs, so we can stay again. We just decide to, and then we switch to Heatran and they go for Roost, so we lose the 50-50. But it's good for us because they only have 6 PPs left. So it brings Among Us on the wall. We create here, but it doesn't matter because they're just gonna boost off. So we protect because even if they knock off or EQ or Roost, we're still gonna get HP back. So it goes on to glide score. It's not a problem, we still have Heatran. They can't hit us with Corona. So we're just gonna roll in case for glide score. So you can get HP back. And we're just gonna lava pool once again. So Azumarill is dying bit by bit, so that's good for us. They just, here we know they're gonna lose, so we're gonna go on to fast score. It's quite free. Here we can SD again. I'm pretty sure we SD again. We'll go for facade, okay, and do damage. And because we don't want to risk the crit always 50-50, so here we just decide to try and burn first of speed because we're just gonna put it back to sleep once and we're just coming up. And here it's fine, okay, nothing really is happening. So it's kind of trying to position here. We're gonna go Latios. We're also trying to waste PPs with Latios. And here they're basically wasting PPs. They reveal that it's Will-Wisp, so they can't hit Heatran at all. And we still have Roost, so it's okay. No, we are also trying to go for the freeze. It can make the things quicker and easier. We just wake up, we go for Scold. Doesn't matter because it's like it's still Among Us. But yeah, their team is kind of annoying to beat. But we go for SZ, it's basically the same story. We go for EQ because we're still gonna know that we're gonna recover HP on glide score and Among Us. So they can't break our team basically, and they go for a knockoff. We decide to stay in case they went hard nuke or something like that, just because we can. Our berry serves no purpose in the matchup because there's no tapu lele. So they stay in. they anticipate our switches, but they can't do anything basically. They're extremely passive. They can check us, but they can't break our team at all. And basically, at one point, we're just gonna PP stall the roost, and it's over. So it's just positioning and waiting for the time. We get the crit here, which is nice. It forces them to recover quicker. They go for Wisp. We don't want Heatran to take Stealth Rock, so we just go Pegs, which doesn't mind anything. And we can't get also Freezed, so this is like, yeah, it's not the most interesting match, but I promise it's gonna soon be finished. So we just recover here HP. Basically, nothing really happens. Yeah, so it's just switching, waiting for Azumarill to, but they are just switching out, and but then okay, so here we decide to SD on the Mew, and now this is where the game kind of shifted. They're gonna anticipate the switch. We crit Facade, and here they go for Roost. We go for SD on the Roost, putting ourselves back in the position we were, do massive damage, and we crit it and kill. Did it matter? No, because it only had 3 Roosts left. We could have just switched and gone out on another time and recovered HP on their Gliscor or even the Amoonguss. So it didn't matter in the end, but it made things quicker. And I think they just they go for, we can go on Heatran here, no problem. It's basically finished here at this point. We can go for Bug Buzz, but we can just go for Toxic or Roar. So here we can go Toxapex, things like that. And we protect to actually go optimal on HP. And this is basically over for them because nothing can really happen. They try to predict us switching on to Gliscor, but it doesn't matter at that point. We are nearly full HP at once again with Heatran. So we decide to go on to Pex, anticipating the Wolf Rotom. They go Gliscor. We can go for Toxic, but we're gonna go in our own Gliscor and recover our HP. We anticipate the Toxic on the double. So actually we're better than when I'm alone now. So they go for Quiver down. Now they're actually very desperate to make any sort of progress, but they can't break our team. They reveal the Z status spin out, does no damage. We can just roar. And Amoonguss doesn't even do that much damage and they forfeit. So we are now 1-0 in the tournament against probably, I think they were seeded to be first on our group stage, and they went, I think, 2-2. So that's pretty good for us. We start on the high note, and that's it for today. It was kind of long. Sorry for the last game, but I hope you have a great day, and see you in the next video. Cheers.